Trevor's been stoked about this. He says he says you guys have had a lot of good times back in the day.
I had just turned 12, and you were 11, and we're playing on the same travel ball team.
That's right.
We used to go to each other's houses because all of our parents were working and stuff, and then one of our parents would take us to the games or drive us back. And parents made a sacrifice for all of us to be able to play in all these games and everything. And eventually, it worked out for me and Trevor.
Delmon was a cheat code. Like in those days, you know, when he was 12 and further up past that, but especially in those days, I mean, when the other team saw that we had Delmon Young and everyone knew his name and everyone knew what he could do on the field, I mean, the game was over essentially. We would just wallop people because they were scared of Delmon. Dude. We would just like throw Del on the mound, and all of a sudden he's like a 12-year-old nearly pumping 90 miles an hour, which, you know, I think at that time, I don't know about 90, but like definitely like upper 70s, 80s, and then he obviously developed into that in high school. But it was a lot of fun, man.
I didn't hit 90 till the next year at 13.
Delmon's first-round pick in 03, and then Plouffe, your first-round pick the next year. When Plouffe makes his debut, the guy hitting in front of him is you. If my research is correct, that's kind of a crazy full circle. Would you get a kick out of that? Like, you know, because you had been in the league for 3 years. And do you remember Plouffe making his debut? Was he nervous?
Yeah, I wasn't so nervous because I've been around him so long that you can kind of hear him talk and everything, and knew that, like, was nervous, but he was poised and ready to. He's been looking forward to that day for so long and working so hard. Like, he knew he was nervous, but you're just going to try to let him just enjoy the moment and get everything out the way, get the nervousness, get the first hit, everything out the way. So it was fun, but also, too, I got traded over to Minnesota after the 07 season, and me and Trevor were roommates ever since for spring training. So
okay.
Being with them in spring training and playing with them in spring training, it almost just felt like I was always with them.
We always had a good time. You know, Delmon was like a big brother, and he was so good at like understanding the big league lifestyle. So he would take care of me, man. It was like he had the place in spring training. I'd go live with him. We'd share a car, and then one year he was like, "I'm not sharing a car with you." He got me my own rental car. I mean, I think I know this answer, but what? Like, I always felt like you were just so good at like handling the lifestyle. Like, where did that come from?
12 years between me and my brother, so you know, that's the only reason I ever played baseball. You know, watching him play, you know, and then going to in the summer when you get vacation, you know, following him around in the minor leagues, following him around the big leagues, and everything, and seeing how the older guys. When my brother was younger, taught him, and then he was teaching me. Then when I got to the big leagues, you know, there were Carl Crawford and Rocco Baldelli.
Delmon's not going to talk about too much, but like I'm talking like he's the guy who would approach you about buying you a suit. If you're a young guy, like Delmon bought me suits, and the only thing he ever asked in return was that I did the same thing when I became a veteran. It was a cool experience to be able to have him be like that kind of mentor for me, but like also like I'd known him forever. So it was like this really special dynamic that we had together. And people love Delmon. Anybody that's ever played with him, like you ask anybody and like they're like, Delmon's one of the best teammates I've ever had.
And you're a well-liked guy. He's got you beat?
Yeah, probably. About this, yeah, I would say so. Damn. You know, he's been...
We're even pool power. We're even pool power.
Okay.
You got that like postseason magic though, man. So a lot of guys, you know, you made a lot of guys some money in the postseason.